What's up, everyone? It's Klayton Albright, also known as Klayton Albright in the real world, and today I wanted to finally talk to you about Diablo 2. I know I said I was going to do it last time, but I fooled you. I got you. I tricked you on for just one more episode. So now I'm finally going to talk about Diablo 2. So, again, I know this has come out a long time ago, but I just want to simply state that Diablo 2 is actually a pretty impressive game. I actually have that at home. It's not on the internet. I could put it on the internet if I wanted to, but it starts to lag out when I have like 5 or more people on there. Sometimes it works really well, sometimes it doesn't. I know it starts to overheat when there's like at least 3 people on there, maybe 4. Or I know at least it starts getting to heat up. But anyway, let me actually get to the action here. So anyway, you obviously know that in this game there are Amazons, Barbarians, let's see, Necromancers, Paladins, and Sorceresses. And the only 2 that really seem to give out resistances to entire parties are Paladins and Barbarians, and I think even the Necromancer gave out some, I think. But anyway, you guys can point that out, blah blah blah. Any Diablo 2 fans, you know, by all means, shoutouts and everything. Just point it out. Oh crap, I was supposed to make 2 videos about 2 World of Tanks people. Well, that's okay. I'll probably get around to it someday. Someone's phone going on?
Granddad.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway. So anyway, people, there will be active skills, passive skills, auras, and curses, obviously, in this game, as you know. But I would just like to point out the Barbarian class. I decided to go through the Barbarian class and just write down what I thought about some of them. I'm about halfway now. I'm about 2/3 the way done with the Barbarian, but this is what I've got so far. So if you've played Diablo 2, you will probably know the Barbarian skill set. But I want to display what they could be for Dungeons & Dragons, just for the sake of the level and the particular skills. Again, since the Barbarian does not have any magical abilities, the Mage and basically every other class would basically kick the Barbarian's ass. Because a magic user, even level 6, could beat the Barbarian's ass. I don't care how many hit points that guy's got. Even if he maxed out on hit points, he still would never kill the wizard. Because he'd just float in the air up to 60 feet, and then you wouldn't be able to kill him. He'd just throw fireballs and lightning bolts at you all day. Because all he has to do is just redo his spells and he's done. So unless you manage to roll a 20, you're never going to take him out. Sorry, it just isn't happening. Even if you took out both arms, he'll still use his tongue to cast spells like Bash. I know I go on forever. 1 segment to cast as a feat. Basically, it's a very powerful smashing blow that knocks the target back. For the sake of it, I put 24 feet because that's how fast you can move twice in 2 segments in Dungeons & Dragons with a normal character. It does 1 to 4 damage, obviously 1 4-sided die, and plus 2 to both per level. So if you're level 2, then that means you're going to be pushed back 26 feet, and it's going to be doing 1 to 6 damage, and so on and so forth until you stop leveling. Leap. It's a level 2 feat, so as it's a feat. Oh, and Bash was a level 1. Leap. You can jump 24 feet and basically knocks back enemies wherever he lands. So basically, it's gonna knock back enemies 12 feet when he lands, so he's basically just gonna push everyone out. And like before, it's gonna take 2 segments to cast this time instead of 1, and it's gonna add 2 to every feet that he can jump, not knock back enemies. So that's gonna stay the same. So at level 2, no. Yeah, at level 2, it's gonna push everyone back 26 feet. Oh, fuck. You'll be able to jump 26 feet, but everyone will still be pushed back 12 feet. But instead of Bash versus Leap, obviously Leap, you'll be able to jump that distance versus Bash, where you'll be able to push someone that distance. So that's nice. let's see, double swing, a level 3 feat, cast 1 segment. Basically, double swing so you can swing, it's basically a double attack when 2 enemies are nearby, so 1 for each. Stun, level 5, 1 segment. Basically, a successful attack briefly stuns an enemy, and by briefly, I'm gonna say 3 segments of a stun. So you could keep stunning people, however, this is not going to do any real damage. The actual stun is so much as the successful attack. So if you roll only 1 damage, well, I guess that's really your own fault. However, the enemy will be stunned for 2 segments because you're using the first segment to beat him. No, wait, that's wrong. Technically, you get 3 immediately after the attack. Okay. See how I can get confused sometimes. It's just little things. Double throw. Basically, you throw 2 weapons. So you grab 2 weapons. Yeah. It's a level 4 spell or feat. 1 segment to cast. So it's basically your turn. Throw 2 weapons instead of just 1. As a barbarian, you should be able to do that. Leap attack. 3 segments long to cast. It's a level 6 spell, so you won't be able to get it until level 6. Roll 19 to 20 for plus 8 damage. Otherwise, you jump 24 feet and you do 4 damage. If you do not roll a crit when doing this, and you only get 4 damage. And basically, it's the same as leap attack, except it's basically giving you damage, not extra jump and how far you can push everyone back. This is just a straight up DPS attack. Consecrate, which in some games does not equal what this is about to say. This is a level 7 spell, 3 segments to cast. If you roll 1, it does not work. This particular spell, and it's ×2 per battle. Basically, it's an interruptible consecrate. It's an uninterruptible attack that also temporarily improves your defense. So basically, it gives you plus -2 armor. And basically, if you roll a 1, it doesn't work. And you can only do this twice per battle. So I don't care if it takes you 2 freaking days. You will only be able to cast this twice per battle. So it can help. It makes it damn near impossible for the barbarian to miss this attack. However, you only get to do it twice. So that -2 armor can really help, but that's only going to last for 2 segments. So it could become really handy if need be. A very, very powerful spell coming up here, folks. Frenzy, level 8. 7 segments to cast. For every successful 2 hits, increases your attack speed. Or aka segments. Basically, for every 2 successful hits that you have per round, you will get 1 extra one until end of battle. So basically, for all the battle, once you cast this, it will last all battle long. So if you manage to keep successfully hitting, you will get an extra attack, and so on and so forth until you have so many attacks. So if you already get 3 attacks and you miss one and you successfully hit twice, then at the end of that round you will have 1 more attack because frenzy. Now next round you will have 4 segments instead of 3, which you would normally get, considering that 3 was the number that you got. So you could see frenzy becoming extremely powerful. That one's really meant for basically any battle. However, it's a level 8 spell, so by the time you're there anyway, you'll be basically destroying everybody and everything. Okay, Whirlwind, level 10, 6 segments to cast. Basically, it's a fierce spinning attack. So, if you've ever seen Warcraft 3 or the Frozen Throne for Warcraft 3, you will basically have that for an attack, except here we go. 20 damage per monster within 12 feet area that's within your range, basically, of attack. Because every round you get, or every for every segment that you have during a round, you can move 12 normally as just a normal human being. So with that said, this spell is going to last 3 segments. So you'll be able to attack within a 36-foot range, but you'll only be moving like 1, 2, 3, right? And that's 36 feet. And now everyone within that range is going to get hit for 20 damage. And when you're using this attack, you get to attack 5 times per target. No, not target. Excuse me. That would be overpowered. 5 times during the whole effect. And you do 3 times as much damage. So basically, if you stay in one spot and attack one guy, you not only will you be doing instantly 60 damage, but you'll be doing 3 times as much damage when you normally attack. So say you have 1 to 6 times 3, that's 18 at a max. So 18 times 5 plus 60 damage. That's how much you could be doing to one guy if you manage to successfully hit for all of that. That is Whirlwind. There is another spell for the Barbarian in Diablo 2. It's called Berserk. But for the hell of it, I call it Rage Strike. Mostly because Berserk does not sound right for this at all. Check this out. A powerful attack that leaves the Barbarian more vulnerable. So check this out. 15 to 75 points of damage. Level 9 spell. 3 20-sided dice, but hence -4 armor class. And that is going to last you 5 long rounds. So you can see where that is going to hurt you quite a lot. And I mean a lot. But anyway, that is just the first level of mastery as far as this whole thing goes. I went all the way to the combat masteries. I don't have the third one. I just have the masteries and the combat skills, but I don't have the last one. I'm sure I'll be making a video, maybe not today, but sometime later, just to make a video about it. But anyway, here we go. Combat masteries. Sword mastery. So basically any type of mastery, it's +2 to hit and damage. And you don't get to multiply this. This is simply you get once, it's a passive, it lasts forever. Axe mastery, mace, polearm, throwing, spear. So basically all those are basically the same. Level 1, nothing special, right? Alright, and then you have finally the first of many, increased stamina. It's a passive skill for the Barbarian. However, I decided to change it to 6 points psionics, which basically, like, if you have this skill and you have psionics, which is very rare, mind you, if you even decide to use psionics, the stamina increase for the Barbarian could become quite useful. But remember, I'm using the Diablo 2 settings. I set this up so it would be fair for everyone. Again, the Barbarian doesn't have any real spells other than feats of strength. So it's going to be using a lot of feats of strength. Because Barbarian really doesn't have anything other than feats of strength. No magic to speak of, can't use magical items. All it can use is the most overpowered weapons in the game and armor in the game. That's it. That's it. You can have... I mean, that's it. There's nothing else the barbarian can do. Can't look at items, can put on a ring, but can't read scrolls, nothing like that. No, not allowed. Dungeons & Dragons is strictly set, so each character has a specific role. Like, the only one who should be able to climb walls is the assassin and the thief.